up, guys? Welcome back to January 9, All Eyes on Olympia. And today we're exactly 16 days out from the Olympia. My Olympia debut. 15 days out from the weigh-in, and I can eat. Today we're gonna train some shoulders. I'm really excited about that because I need to get wide, super wide, especially to match my quads. And then later today we just train once. Later we're gonna get some cryotherapy done and getting a massage. My halfway through the week massage with Gina is coming home later tonight, and then we finish up today with some cardio with my little chubby. He's coming with me. He's been doing cardio with me, so this has been nice. And it's pretty much it for today. I've been on low carbs for a few days, but my weight is at its lowest now. My conditioning is getting better every day, so I'm really excited. And yeah, we're almost there, honestly. Like in less than 10 days we'll be in Vegas, and this will be it. So let's train. Let's do it.
I can't believe you let him leave the house indoors.
Yeah, it's a fight every day.
With the muscle. Like, you're good in just the part. I tell you what, Shawn, besides being one of the best physique in the world, he's the kindest people. I love this guy. I really mean that. Also do Stan, you know. I just hope that Stan come in like more etched than I was in '83. If he does, oh Lord have mercy. You see the line right here? It's gotten deeper. Look at that. You see how your glute actually, it's sharper. You notice?
The weekend warrior thing again.
Trying to eat light, man.
So I started training in 2006, January 2006. I was training to look better, so it was more like a bodybuilding approach to training. But obviously in Switzerland there was not many bodybuilders around, so I was actually training with a good friend of mine. I mean, in the same gym. He was a powerlifter, so I was doing more powerlifting movements, training pretty heavy, low reps. But I was just, you know, trying to find kind of what works. And the guy who had the best physique in my gym were heavy lifters, so that's kind of what I was following. But then when I came here, you know, here in Belgium, Venice, you have the best trainers in the world. You have so many great athletes, and you know, most of the knowledge about bodybuilding is here. So that's when I started training with Kirk Chiddick, my first coach ever, and he taught me how really to connect with the muscle. I mean, of course, I learned, you know, it's been 2006 to 2013, like 7 years I've been training, so I got some mind-muscle connection. But he changed a little bit my training, like little things here and there to make me use my muscle better and isolate them more. He told me how to pre-exhaust the muscle to really target what we want to work on, instead of just like pounding weights and, you know, trying to like it hits whatever it hits, right? So he taught me how to really properly train. He really laid the foundation for my training and for my progression later on.
Hi, my name is Kirk Chiddick, aka Body by Kirk. I was Stanimal's first coach when he came here to the U.S. and he was basically a skinny kid, very shy, didn't really speak much English, and we'd got together and I agreed to train him. I saw some good potential in him, so we were really only together maybe 6-8 weeks, working together. Then we went to the Arnold Classic Amateur. He won his pro card, actually. And then we went ahead and further did quite a few shows, probably about 3 to 4 shows a year, maybe even 6 shows a year. And even with that many shows, in between shows, he was making a lot of progress. So he was really developing fast. So it was really good. And like I said, we did a lot of shows with the physique category, and then as he really filled out and the classic physique came into play, we definitely jumped on that. We did quite a few shows, same thing with the classic physique, and he just kept progressing, even though we were constantly in competition mode. There was really never an off season with Stan. We just kept progressing as we were doing shows, so it was pretty cool. Then I think after like 3.5 years, he wanted to, you know, try a different path, you know, in his journey, and I started working out with Shawn Rhoden, and they're really good friends. And you know, I'm still going today, and I'm really excited to see him keep progressing and do his actual first Olympia this year. So this is good. He's really come a long way. He's gotten very popular, obviously, around the world, and you know, he's found his mark in the sport, what he wants to do with his career. So I'm proud of him.
I mentioned before, like, Jake Cutler's been a huge influence, you know, since he was posting a lot of stuff early on before social media, on forums and stuff like that. And I always saw him doing a lot of things outside of the gym to maximize, you know, his recovery and make sure he grow as much as possible. So he was doing a lot of massages and stuff like that. So that's one thing I also done, you know, early on when I was in Switzerland. But I was doing it maybe once a month. So whenever something was off, I was getting adjusted or things like that. But once I got here, I got the chance to meet Mary Trumpy, who be able to take care of me every week. Later on, unfortunately, one of our best massage therapists that I was working with, Isaac, if you watch this, Isaac left and started his own business. So I started working with Gina at the same time, which has been great, and I'm very grateful for her. She's been, I mean, like I said before, a great part of my transformation the past year. And luckily still have Mary, who does a different work. She does more chiropractic, Grafton tools, stuff like that. So she really helped me. All these things really helped me to, you know, stay healthy, keep my joints healthy, and keep growing. And then when we added the new training with Chris, which so with Kirk we were doing more higher reps, because men's physique we were really trying to carve the body as much, that gets as much details as we can. We don't really, you know, the size is not really the main goal. You don't, I mean, men's physique are not huge. It's like athletic look with like a lot of details, fibers, and that's what the look we kind of want in men's physique. On Classic, it's old school bodybuilding. So with Chris, it was great because he had all this knowledge. He trained, you know, people for over 30 years. He trained with Chris Cormier, Flex Wheeler, like lots of the greats here at Gold Gym Venice. And so we came, he brought a different approach, which was really like the basic heavy movements and the old school movement that they were using back in the days, while using a lot of weight, still making sure the form was good and the mind-muscle connection was great, which, you know, Kirk really laid off before. So once we throw the heavier weights, and we lowered the reps and increased the food, everything just kept following.
So I'm going to talk a little bit about Stanimal. So we met about a little bit over a year ago, and when Shawn was doing his last prep for the Olympia, and I was driving an hour and a half, and Stan wanted to tag along and get in some of those workouts, and we were exchanging information and stuff like that. And I just say I saw some things that I would do differently, and then my training philosophy is a lot different. In fact, it's very different. It's just the opposite, probably what everybody was talking about, and his body just responded really well to it. It really grasped and took off to it, and his body, you know, really went well. So we exchanged some diet ideas and little things here and there, and he would implement those things, and everything we did, his body just happened to just really, you know, go for it. And then he ended up winning the San Marino, and we came back, and we were really anxious I was really anxious to have him for off season. And then I would train him here and there, but mostly I just watched him and see how serious he was. And the guy was very serious, and he's very dedicated, and he did everything that needed to be done, like, you know. And what I liked about Stan is when I came in to the picture, he hit everything by the book. If he was gonna have 4 cups of rice, it would actually be 4 cups. It wouldn't be 3.5. And his body really responded. So it was able for me to expand my workouts, and because he would adapt to everything that I did. And this guy just grew like a weed. And we did doubles, and his body, it worked well with that. And angles, it worked well with that. And the free weight, it worked well with that. And this guy will be in the open next year, I promise you that. And he will be a contender winning shows the year after that. So look out for Stanimal.
And yeah, it's been a great transition. Of course, I always trained men's physique like I was a bodybuilder. Like in my mind, I wanted to complete balanced physique, so I always trained my legs, and they've always been actually pretty good, like a strong point of mine. So it was a pretty easy transition for me to classic physique. And I've been loving the journey, and I think that's the most important thing. You know, a lot of people asking me how do I get all these things? You're doing this, you know, cryotherapy, massages. Start the basic. You know, I started with the training. I was training with what I knew, what I could, trying to push yourself. Then I knew, like, if I wanted to step it up, I had to fix my diet and pay attention to this more. So I, you know, pay more attention to my diet. And then I came here and I had all this knowledge, and that's how I gradually added things to my arsenal and be able to keep growing over the years. So yeah, Gold Gym's definitely been a great place for me, and I'm very fortunate to be here and have all these great athletes and legends of the sport, passing me on some of this knowledge, and having great trainers teaching me the base, and now carrying on to make sure I keep building a great physique. So thanks to Kirk and Psycho Chris Lewis, and thank you to everybody also who helped me during my journey. And I want to mention a few, like Samir Banout, Rory Delmeyer, Stan McQuaid, Danny Hester, and many more. Jack Cutler also, of course Shawn Rhoden, but he's also, it's just a lot of people really played a part in this, and that's just an occasion for me to thank them, so thank you very much.